So you're filling out these super complex immigration forms, right? You're going over every single question, every little detail. But what about that very last page? The one that's usually just an empty box? Yeah, most people just skip right over it. And let me tell you, that is a huge mistake. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why this overlooked page might just be one of the most critical parts of your entire application.
Now really, think about that for a second. What if that page, the one called Additional Information, wasn't just some afterthought, but was actually a strategic tool? A tool that could literally be the difference between your application moving forward or getting sent right back to you. It's time we totally rethink how we see this page.
Okay, so first things first, we need to completely reframe how we think about this page. It's not just a blank space. It's not just some junk drawer for stuff that didn't fit elsewhere. Nope, it's an essential tool for communication. It's for building a stronger, clearer case right from the get-go. And look, don't just take my word for it. Expert guidance is crystal clear on this. This single sentence lays it all out. This isn't a friendly suggestion, it's a hard rule. It has to be included, period. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of this mandatory final page. And the one non-negotiable rule that trips up so many people has almost nothing to do with what you actually write on it. Okay, here it is. This is the critical part. If you forget to include this page with your submission, even if it's totally, completely blank, your whole application can get rejected for being incomplete. The stakes are just incredibly high for something that seems so small. And this slide, wow, it just lays it out perfectly. It's a straight up cause and effect situation. You see here, a complete application with the supplemental page, even if it's blank, accepted for review. But an incomplete one that just leaves that page out, rejected. Simple as that. It's a binary outcome based entirely on whether that last page is there. Okay, so now that we're all on the same page about why this is so important, let's talk about the how. Let's get into the mechanics of using it correctly and, more importantly, effectively. Now, the very first thing you need to know is a little technical, but it is absolutely crucial. Always use the right software, like the free Adobe Acrobat Reader, to fill out your forms, not your web browser. Here's why. A feature called pre-population automatically puts your name and a number on every single page. See, if you fill out the forms in your web browser, it can actually break this feature. And that means that final page might show up without your name or a number on it. And you can imagine the problems that causes. Now, when you actually need to add extra information, you can't just, scribble it in there. There's a specific protocol you have to follow. And it's actually super simple. It's just 4 steps to make sure the officer knows exactly what question you're answering. You just point them to the page number, the part number, the specific item number, and then you give them the clear, concise info they need. And here's a perfect example of what that looks like in action. So let's say you're filling out your address history, and you just run out of space. No big deal. On the supplemental page, you just point right back to where you left off. Page 3, Part 2, Item 14A. And then you just clearly label it prior address to and fill in the information. This makes it foolproof for the adjudicator to follow along. Okay, this is where things get really interesting. We're moving beyond just filling in blanks. This supplemental page isn't just for overflow. It's a powerful tool for proactive communication. This is your chance to get ahead of the game, to answer an officer's questions before they even have a chance to ask them. This is all about thinking strategically. For instance, did you have to answer yes to one of those tricky eligibility questions? Don't just leave it hanging. Use this page to explain the situation. Is your employment history a little complicated? Lay it out clearly right here. You could even use it to fix a small mistake you noticed after filing, or give some context for why something was late. It is all about taking control of your own narrative. And hey, this whole strategy, it's not just for paper forms. This exact same principle of being proactive and making things clear applies when you file online too. When you're filing online, the tool just has a different name. It's usually called unsolicited evidence, but the idea is exactly the same.
So when you're uploading digital stuff, clarity is still king. Name your files with obvious descriptive titles. So instead of uploading a file called IMG_5042, name it something clear, like Proof of Shared Residence 2024. It takes all the guesswork out for the officer. And if you have a ton of bank statements, please don't upload 20 separate files. Bundle them into one single organized PDF. It makes life so much easier for the person reviewing your case, which is exactly what you want. And finally, be precise. Make sure you're uploading evidence to the correct application because different documents are reviewed in different places.
All right, let's pull all of this together. We've gone from looking at this page as just a blank space to understanding it's a non-negotiable rule and then seeing it as a powerful strategic tool. What this all boils down to is a fundamental shift in mindset. And if you remember one thing from this, let it be this. You are not just a form filler passively plugging in answers. With every single piece of information you give and how you give it, you are actively building your case. You are the architect of your own case, and this page is one of your most important blueprints. So I want to leave you with this question. Now that you know about the hidden power of this one page, how are you going to look at your entire application differently? How are you going to use every single page, every single blank space to proactively build the strongest, clearest case you possibly can?